Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, genders of all genders. How are you doing? How is everybody? I can see the chat room is already flowing. Actually, Mike's done a great job as getting of getting everybody in there. Hello, hi spirits. Hello, Callum, Mike, Kate, Angie. Who else have we got in here? Hello, Sarah. UK Gamer. How are you doing? SR Spookfest. How are you doing? Hello, Jack. How's it going, Jack? What has everybody been up to today then? Have you been at work? I've had a day off today, but I've been really busy. Doing a video recreation. This video it's kind of a debunk, if you like, but I'm trying to stay away from that word debunk because it is getting a bad following. So, who's that? Hello, Angie. Yeah, the video I've been working on today was a recreation. I think I can say now what it is because I believe I'll have it edited and up, hopefully, by the end of the week for everybody to see. How's Tina's hand? Yeah, it's all right. It's gone down. It's all fine. She's just taken Mason to bed, so she's with Mason at the minute. What happened to Sunday's live stream, Callum? I decided we was having a day off. We over the weekend, PSI had taken a lot of crap off a few haters, so we decided to have a break on Sunday, which was good. I still went round to Tony's and we filmed another video talking about the PSI method, which again will be up hopefully after this recreation. Tuck Norris, hello. I'm good, thank you. How are you? So the recreation involves one of these bad boys. A baseball, Midwest baseball. I had to order one of these in because I wanted it to be like the video what I watched for the recreation. So it's an official size and weight baseball. So that is in the recreation video coming up at the end of the week. And I can't stop messing about with it now. I'm just slinging it all over the place. Hi, spirits. Hello. Big balls, Badger. That's not really big, is it? It's obviously we don't really play baseball here in the UK, so bit of an issue trying to get one. So I ordered one in. Appy Droid Development, how are you doing, sir? For those of you that don't know Appy Droid, he is obviously in the chat there. If you want to click on his link and go subscribe to his channel, he is a developer of paranormal equipment and he does a fantastic job. We've got one of his ghost boxes, what are amazing. Good value for price. There you go, sales pitch. But no, please go check his channel out and subscribe and watch the videos. Is the baseball in the documentary where the baseball moves down the stairs near the end? Is that a rounder's ball? I thought it said baseball when I ordered it, but obviously I don't know because I don't play. I know it says softball on it. It got a load of. I thought it was a baseball. Does anybody know? Does anybody know baseball? SR Spookfest may know that coming from America. You saw the video what I took down. I should have left it up, but you respect the decision. Yeah, obviously we've had a few people on here that we're just getting involved with our personal business, and we had to make a decision. I did put a video up, but I took it down. I thought, it's we don't need everybody to hear me whinging about a couple of pricks on YouTube, which we blocked. We spent most of Saturday arguing between them and the full team, not just me. And they kind of had a go at everybody on the team. But it is what it is. We've moved on from that. You joined, and the first thing you heard was balls. Yeah, there's a film, and I'm saying the word film, on YouTube, and it's called The House in Between. And other debunkers cannot debunk it. I've looked at it, and within 2 minutes, I knew how they'd done it. So I have recreated it. It will be my opinion, and you'll see how that's done. Or maybe I won't show you how it's done, but I'll show you the ghost in my house knocking the baseball down the stairs. So that is why I ordered what I thought was a baseball, but somebody just told me it was a rounders ball. Midwest, I don't know. Steve Huff is bringing out a new ghost app called Transcend in March time. Is he, Jack? I could spend all day looking at Steve Huff's videos, which I don't want to because they annoy me. And I can tell you they're all fake, which I hope that doesn't disappoint a lot of people, but they are. Why do they call it a softball? They're being hitting the knee by one. They're not soft. They're not. I mean, this is leather and it's got obviously the stitching in it. I don't know what's in it. Is it straw, cork, or something? It's solid. I can imagine that does hurt if you get hit on the head with it. And there's also a part in this recreation. What I don't have the equipment to recreate it, but I can explain how it was done. They have REM pods all over the building, and they all go off at the same time. Basically, people don't know how it was done. I can tell straight away. I'll do it in the video. Happy Droid will know exactly how you can set half a dozen REM pods off at the same time. Badger, is it a baseball? I got it off eBay and it said baseball. I ordered it because it's obviously in that video what I'm recreating. They had a baseball and it was just rolling down the stairs, obviously, and so I wanted the same size and the same weight, so that's why I ordered one. Attention to detail, you see, when I do these videos. Good evening, Raven. How are you? Raven is Tracy. You took a softball to your jaw in school 40 years ago and your jaw is still not right. I've been hit by a golf ball. Luckily, I was running in the opposite direction and my friend teed off. This is a few years back. And I could see this this golf ball coming at me, and it was coming at some speed. They're like a rock when they hit with a golf club. And I'm running like hell down the golf course, and it hits me. It hits me like on the top of the ass. So luckily it didn't hit me on the head. And they found it very amusing, but that hurt, and I was black for a week or so. Is baseball the same as rounders? No, it's not, is it? Rounders, they use a small bat. I think baseball's a lot bigger. I don't know what the rules are. You're developing a type of REM pod, but it's not a REM pod, but looks like a very small one. All right, cool. I look forward to seeing that. I do actually look at your videos when you put up new equipment. That'll be interesting to see. I know that you do make quite a lot of small things, which I think is excellent, to be honest. They need to be compact, little tiny things, don't they, to get in your cases and your bags and what have you. Yeah, two-way radios can set off REM pods, but to set off 6 at a time, is an achievement because you've got to. I don't have my radio with me. Um, it's behind my fake brick wall. You've got to point the antenna towards the REM pod, and it's obviously the RF signal which is interfering. But to get 6 to trigger at once, these are ways to do it. You're being hit by a tennis ball to my neck, to your neck and leg. Same with a football. Yeah, it smarts a bit, doesn't it? It does hurt. Or was it dodgeball? Mike's asking. Oh, I need to pin that comment by Mike. So I've pinned that to the top. That's the Discord group. We've created a Discord group for after these lives. People can go and have a conversation. You can put your links in there, your equipment or whatever. There's a section for everything, even for people that are feeling a bit lonely. We've got a section for mental health because we've come across hell of a lot of mental health doing these lives. People that suffer with various things, and there's some helplines and things in there. And if you want to go and have a chat, there's always somebody in there. All you have to do is just drop a message and you'll get a reply off somebody. It's not always me, to be fair. It's Mike. Mike is mainly the one that's active in there, as well as the other mods. So go click that link. Is at the top of the chat. Which side is it at? That side. You're going to buy it and review it. All right, Jack. Is that the new app? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about apps, wasn't we? You just reminded me. You heard a golf ball whiz past your head. It was close. I heard it. Yeah, as it passed me. It would have seriously hurt, if not killed you, Badger. Yeah, you're right. They do hurt. Even getting hit in the ass by one really hurts. I could see when just as I was starting the live, everybody was already talking about phone apps. That was one of the things we was going to discuss. Good evening, high spirits. A small EMP coil could set them off. Yeah. I mean, I have figured out how they've done it, and I don't really want to say it in this live because it might spoil the video, but it'll make sense. If I say that, back in the day, back in the 80s, I was only a young kid then. We all had CB radios. We did a lot of caravanning in the cars wherever we went, and we all had back then CB radios were the thing, and even illegal at one point. But I mean, they're completely legal now. I'll just say that, and you'll understand what I mean, probably. Who's that? Neville saying, I bet you drive a DeLorean with a flux capacitor. I would not put it past Happy Droid to have a time machine, to be fair. Happy Droid is quite excellent at all these paranormal builds. I have got quite a lot of, I bought a lot of Arduino circuitry and bits and pieces to build the Ghost Box. This was nearly 4 years ago. I still haven't got around to doing it. I always end up doing something else. Tuck Norris says, I don't believe in phone apps. I understand why some teams use them. Way of calling out if I have to run out of stuff to say, but it's just entertainment. Exactly. Phone apps should just be taken as entertainment only, because that's all they are, entertainment. There's a few what I have used and debunked. One of I think it was like what's the name of it? It's where it has the SLS stickmen. Is it Ghost something or other? It was basically tracking everything. It was tracking. It tracked my parrot. It tracked the pattern in the wallpaper. It tracked my son's toys and thought there were figures moving. You haven't a bar 595. All right, cool. I had one. Tony gave me a brand new, like a what was the name of it? It was a Midland, and I think it was only a 40 channel. I know there's like 80 channels on the basic ones now. He was telling me that they'd split the channel, so there's now 80. But it was too big for my car, couldn't fit even in the glove box. So I gave him it back. My intentions were to get a smaller unit. Oh, sorry, Babs. Hello, Babs. I didn't see you come in there. 19 of Roger. Eyeball, eyeball. But if I say to you, Happy Droid, that back in the day, some people may have used a burner. Connect cam. No, it was the Ghost Tube. That's it, Jack. Jack always remembers stuff. Oh, High Spirits and Tuck Norris. Yeah. I did use it, and it wouldn't let me video shot it. So I've videoed it with a hand cam in one hand and the actual my phone like this, and I had my phone in my hand and I was videoing it. That's how I had to do it, because it wanted you to pay to get the upgrade so you could video screenshot it and things. Waste of time, to be honest. Don't use things like that. Tesla's use the same tracking software. I know some people were driving them in cemeteries and it was tracking figures next to gravestones and things. But Tony actually is a vehicle technician on the electronics side, and he said it's just one of those things. It's a fault. It's not paranormal with the Teslas either. Midland was a brand. High Spirits is saying, had ghosts everywhere. The SLS one sitting on your sofa and the mantelpiece. Apps have uses, but most of the Ghostbox apps just make a lot of stupid sounds. I have a couple of apps up free to use, even at PMB. Oh, cool. Is that Happy Droid? Is that on your YouTube page? I did see the ones where you'd built, I can't remember the name of it. It was a little device, what you connected. I think you connected it to your PSB 7. That looked cool. So there's the link. Sarah's put it up. Happy Droids YouTube channel there, just underneath. If you just click on it and go subscribe. No, I don't trust the apps that you download from the Play Store. They are for entertainment. But a developer like Happy Droid, he develops these for specific equipment and things, and it is worth having a look at those ones. I think the ones what I found, the only one I would use from the Apple Play Store maybe would be some sort of sound recorder. Hello, Matt. You're cooking eggs for the kids. Oh, cool. Took noise. What about white noise generator apps? Ones that don't receive transmissions but just send out frequencies. Tony uses one on his old Apple phone. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a pod thing, one of the old ones. And he downloaded a white noise generator. What you can change the noise frequency on. We use a lot of white/pink. Oh, it's on the Play Store. I don't know if you can link it here. I I bought a kit to build a white noise generator, one that I could just put either a speaker in or some earphones. 'Cause I've always said that, haven't I? When we've done experiments with these ghost boxes, it'd be cool just to use a white noise generator. But then you've got the issue of the same thing what you get with the ghost box, where what you are hearing could be um, audio pareidolia. Your brain is making sounds out of that specific frequency, or it's trying to recognize words, and we would all probably hear something different. And that is the problem with the ghost boxes. So if we go into the Play Store and type, do we type Appy Droid and your apps will come up? Is that how it works? Yeah, Jack, I'll try and look at it. Callum's just joined the Discord group. Excellent. Your first app was an EVP recorder. It's all over 1 million views. Oh, that's cool. Your Ghostbox apps are more noisemakers to help boost EVP. Right. Yeah, I mean, the video that you put up, Happy Droid, that they look really good. I mean, I was looking at it, and they are one of the few that I would have a go with and use. Like I said before, triple decker fried egg sandwich, chili and chutney. Why is GhostTube not good? Because it's designed to track anything. It'll make a shape out of anything. We did download it and use it for about 5 minutes, and then got rid of it. The programming on it is designed like this brick wall behind me. It'd see a face in it or some sort of figure. I had one of my kids. He had a Power Ranger toy. It was about that big, and it was stood on the mantelpiece of the fire. And I pointed it at that, and obviously it tracked it as a small figure image, but then it was moving. I'm like, it's a Power Ranger toy. Six slices of toast with that. Yeah. So, like I said, the only type of apps that I would recommend is people like Apidroid who build and they design them for the purpose of proper investigations, not for entertainment in that respect. There was some bad ones before where I saw, like, I think it was called Ghost Radar, and a radar would go around the screen going bing, bing, and a little dot would be there, and it trying to take you to where a ghost was. I'm like, come on. The ghost tube, that sounds weird. Is it a word bank? Depends on many words it's got in its word bank, I suppose. It's just going to pick random words out, isn't it? I don't, I'm not saying don't use apps, but we don't use apps. You can't use it as evidence as such. Like if we got something through, we'd try and back it up with a recording, like EVP or a photograph or anything in the area. You don't just use it specifically by itself. You've got to use it with other things to back that evidence up. Ghost Tube is basically just tracking software. If you think about it, you can see it how it can map to it. Yeah, it is like the SLS. Yeah, They are designed to basically track the human shape, and it tries to make that shape up. You used to believe in the ghost detector? No, I mean, when these things first came out, people were faking photographs and everything with these, where you could put a picture of a ghost in your background. And it got to our local newspaper. Somebody had taken a colour photograph of a building site where houses were being knocked down. And in the background, there was a picture of a young Victorian boy dressed in Victorian clothing, but it was black and white, and the rest of the picture was colour. And I'm like, really? People believe in this? It's got to the newspapers. And when you get closer in on the image as well, it was all pixelated around the edges. I'm thinking, how are people not seeing this? Let's have a Red Dwarf Discord channel. You know everything about the big red trash can. To be fair, Badger, I'm a bit of a fan of Red Dwarf. I think I watched every one of them. I used to watch it. And people that I've been with, like ex-partners, saying, "How can you watch that shite?" But it's funny. The Spirit app is word bank. The lie is when it tells you it's using sensors for spirits to tell it words. I know there's a few apps that will record what's going on at the time and play them backwards, and people get fooled by that as well. And there's the ones that come out with words, what you were talking about earlier, but they'll read. You give it access to your mobile phone, it will read everything on your phone, like your text messages or your phone list, or what you've been searching on other apps, and it'll just come out with these words. And you think, how does it know that? Smeg. Ian, hello. You can hear tapping. Is it me? I'm tapping on the. I made a few notes, but I always kind of go off track. Quarantine. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the quarantine one. Take it to power the account of the power of wishful thinking. Yeah. The Potato King. Necrophonic. Necrometer. A lot of these ghost hunting teams use the necrophonic jack. Like I said, we don't use them. I mean, what it's worth, it's a good attempt to replicate the SLS without using depth cameras. I think that's beyond my means, to be fair. Trying to make something like that. That'd be cool, though. Big dinosaur tech scene from Red Dwarf. A few of the scenes were filmed in Bedford, Carrington. All right. I think I remember that one. Red Dwarf. Is it on UK Living at the minute? Something like that. I know it's on one of the channels. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Yeah, that was the better version of Rimmer, wasn't it? Oh, it's on Dave. Okay, right. I knew it was one of the channels. Stroke you a clipper. He'll be back for Christmas. I know another thing, what Mike was telling me earlier in the week. Ace Rimmer. Yeah, it was Ace Rimmer. I did like the cat, though. I thought the cat was a really cool character. instead of banging your house. Get your camera ready, SR Spookfest. Mike was telling me earlier in the week, there's some things going around the news at the minute about UFO. Has anybody seen or heard about this? These UFO stories. I don't mean the Miami ones. You ever done programming, Mark? You got the brain for it. I've looked into it. Like I said, I've got my own Arduino channel and everything, and I was looking at a few things on there, and I've got some of the they're under the bed. All the little Arduino boards and things that slot into them and all sorts. And I always meant to make like at least a ghost box out of it. I could do the coding and do the transfers of the coding if I was copying it and pasting it. I'm not brilliant. That's why I leave it to other people. But if it was there in front of me with the instructions, I could probably do it. The Spirit Tune is an Arduino. All right. Lisa, how are you? How are you doing? You're going to build Tesla coils. Go really careful if you're doing anything with things like that SR Spookfest. I don't need to tell you, obviously, you're an adult, but just don't go giving yourself a shock because they hold quite a belt, them things. I know what they've used before on some investigations is something what we call a Jacob's ladder, where they have the two bits of metal like that connected to like a transformer, and there's a lot of voltage in there, very dangerous. But the spark runs up both the bits of metal going zzz, zzz. It gives off a lot of ozone as well. It's not good to breathe in. But that type of power and charge going up those two prongs is meant to help manifest spirit. And I was always talking about going to build one, but we never did. We actually got the parts as well. I think I've still got the transformer and things in my shed. What was that? I'm good, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I hope you are. Happy Joy saying, I've got free code and tutorials on how to make an actual ghost box for under £30. Oh, cool. Where is that, Happy Droid? I could always drop you an email if you wanted to put it in an email. That'd be cool. I'll have a look at that. I actually got the code in, get this, Happy Droid, from another code from Bill Chappell. And I got the parts to go with it. And I can't remember the name of the parts. It was a few years ago. But one of them was some sort of, I don't know if it was a shield or something. And it was, I wanted the number 7, but I could only get the 6. Was it a 5? But I got the code in off Bill Chappell for a ghost box. He'd give it to this other site in America, and I got it off them. I think I've still got it somewhere. I'll have to have a look. I wrote it all down and everything. But yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, if you can email them to me, that'd be excellent. You're tempted to get an Arduino. Yeah, there's a couple of different ones on the market now. The one I've got 2 actually. The main memory board, I think it's the Arduino 3. I'm not sure. I know these are smaller one, but I've got the bigger ones. I prefer the bigger ones, but Happy Droid will probably use the tiny ones because you can get them into smaller spaces. Not heard anything new regarding UFOs. Parabugs, hello. Didn't see you come in. Knowing the unknown. I've watched your explanation on the cat balls. don't use them now. I've decided to take them out along with a seismic vibration alarm to prove they give false positives, and it did. Excellent. I'm glad it helped. I got a lot of stick about cat balls and doing videos on cat balls and how you can't use them as evidence because people, excuse me, people take them everywhere with them, and because they get a response on them, they don't want to say it's not paranormal because it's the only thing happening in their videos. But you can't. Cat balls they're a cat toy. You can't use them as evidence. And people do have them. And I said, look, if you're going to take cat balls with you, use them as something just to get your attention. You've got to have something else with them. Always back up whatever you're doing, you know what I mean, with another experiment alongside of it. But I'm glad, that video helped. I did quite a bit of research into those cat balls. To be fair, we actually took them out to experiment with them, and within the first hour, we'd kind of realized, you can't use these. Too many things that can interfere with a cat ball. Doesn't sound like that, does it? Temperature, vibration. What was the other one? We were testing them with RF signals, EM signals as well. There's so many things that can set them off, and they've got a little circuit, and they are designed to flash anyway to get a cat's attention. So they do actually just flash. Not heard anything regarding UFOs. John Six Sense on his YouTube channel, the Ghost UK file says he has got SLS app that does not detect human shape or trees. It can see into the infrared spectrum. Is that right? I don't think mobile phones can do that unless you get some sort of an attachment for a phone. Like I know you can get those cameras, what you can attach to iPhones, like thermal cameras, maybe, but an app by itself, I wouldn't imagine. Used to love CNC as a kid, but bought the remastered PC, not played it. Oh, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. That's what Sarah's reminding us. You're using the nanos. All right, yeah, I thought you would. Oh, right, okay. The ghost box has got a nano in it. Yeah, I have seen those. I do actually like the bigger ones, but I do keep meaning. I was looking at doing a word generator as well, just for the fun of it, and then obviously testing it, and then giving it away as a prize. What was that? Oh, Happy Droid. Do you use, obviously you do your own apps? What sort of platform do you use to design your apps? Or do you use somebody else to design them for you? Just give them your ideas, or playing the devil's advocate? Could be the spirit of a cat playing with them. Maybe. If the cat ball flies up in the air and hits you, it could be something. Yeah, I agree with that. Stella, yeah, ask a different question. I've used the electric bug whacker racket. Picks out some good sparks and good electric field. It can help with power in the air. Yeah, SR Spookfest. Just build yourself a simple static generator. I think the instructions are on YouTube. Very simple one. I think Tony built a micro one on top of a 9-volt battery. But yeah, the videos are on YouTube. If you just build a small static like generator thing, easier. It save you carrying a big tennis racket around. Casper site is AI, but about UFOs. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with all this chat. Phone cams have IR filter lenses. Right, okay. I know we had an old iPhone. Tony took it to bits, and he took the filters out of that, so it was kind of we used an infrared lamp with that, and we used to use that in our early live streams when we did investigations. But obviously outside they're no good because the infrared light doesn't spread everywhere. But inside it was okay. And I know you can take filters out of those camera lenses, but it's very difficult because they're tiny. And I think he broke 3. He had to order 2 new lenses for it. Bye, truck. Sorry, Tuck. Sent me some message on Messenger. Okay. Yeah, Callum, I'm always busy. If I'm not doing a live or at work, I'm doing something else. I'm never still. I'm one of these people that I can't sit still and just vegetate. I have to be doing something. I'm always doing things with my hands. I've told people before. I've always got stuff in my hands and I'm fidgeting with it. See infrared, if you hold it up to a TV remote, you press the buttons remote, you see. Yeah, it's a different frequency of infrared, that though, isn't it? To the like the infrared lamps we use for the cameras. But yeah, it probably does. Raven Tracy, thank you so much for the £10. That is excellent. We do appreciate it. Thank you. Fish see infrared, do they? I'm learning stuff every day, me. You build them in either Android Studio or A12, which is easy. I'm going to make a note of this because I'm going to look into a few of these things. Like I say, I'm not brilliant at coding either. Yeah, Callum, I'm on Discord if you want to message us. I do get to it when I can. On Facebook Messenger, we have moderators on there. I think we've got, there's obviously me and Tony on there, and Babs and Tina. Got a shadow cat. We see at my house sometimes. And my son said, "Hey, don't have a cat." You don't have a cat. I'd set my cameras up if I was getting that quite a lot. You can build a mini static detector for around £3. Yeah, that's where you put the little. It has a little copper antenna and a little LED attached. Very simple circuit. But I think SR Spookfest had wanted an actual static generator. Only detects DC. All right, okay. That's good to know. Do I know anything about spirit portals, or have I by any chance seen one? No, people that say they've seen portals, I think, you know, PSI are one of these type of teams that we need evidence, we need to prove things, and we can't always do that. So it has to be left unexplained, I think. But to call, you mean by a portal, like a doorway where spirit can come? We've detected like high energy spots using, like, obviously a trimeter or like even static detectors and things like that. But we can't prove it's a portal. It's just a high area of a concentrated area of energy. The opposite of it takes life. Say the portals in Bridgewater Triangle, Massachusetts. I've seen spook lights, but not a portal. Heard stories though. Yeah, like I said about these portals, it's proven it, isn't it? And don't get me wrong, I know there's areas of higher energy because we've detected it, but we wouldn't say it's a doorway. It just could be something creating that what is man-made, or it could be a manifestation trying to manifest, and it's creating that sort of energy. Who knows? I mean, as paranormal investigators, we're there to document that sort of thing, but we can't prove it, can we? I don't, not as such. Insects see UV, and apparently wasps can't see red light. That's why exterminators use. All right, okay. I know as well in Matt. Um, I think most flying insects, they can't see in the dark either. They experimented with a load of bees in a tank. Um, they're flying around, obviously, and I think they did it with blue bottle flies as well, just buzzing around, doing their own thing, and hit the lights, so it went dark, and suddenly they all just dropped, just on the bottom of the tank. Callum, have a look on Discord. Yeah, you know, I don't get to them straight away because obviously if I'm busy at work, I can't answer you, but I get to the messages when I can. Pretty convinced. Static as a role in the paranormal just from experiences. Trafield definitely next on my list. Yeah, we've got a couple of bands back there somewhere in one of the cupboards. We've got Trafield meters. The good in the respect that they can detect. Obviously, there's the radio waves, the microwaves, the different EM fields, static, and the ones we've got. I'll have to do a video on it at some point. They're that sensitive. I could put it next to my chest, and it can detect my heartbeat. That little pulse, that energy pulse from coming from your heart. And we even did it on our foreheads, and it picks up the pulse, which I thought was really cool. We'll have to do another video with a Trafield meter. You pay a bit more for them. I think these were around £180, but they're worth it. And the ones we've got are digital as well, so you can see them in the dark. Mike, check your DM. You did experiments with germanium antennas, which pick up ambient energy into noise recorded. When examined on spectrograph, could often see faces and other weird images. Apridroid, you're not going to believe this. That statement that's cool. I'm just going to get what we did, what we built. We used germanium diodes into. We built it actually into a ghost box. I'm going to see if I can grab it without knocking everything over. Ugh. So you may have seen videos on this, but we haven't done videos of it actually working because we had a few problems. Excuse me. This looks very steampunky. I'm just putting the antennas on. Online maybe about 7 years ago, I was looking up some stuff by Tesla. You know, not Elon Musk, the original Tesla. And he created like a device he said could communicate with the spirit world. And people were building these like ghost radio things into glass jars. And I wanted to go one better. So we made our own, but we changed the design and we also changed the circuitry. I need to tighten it up. It's not holding the antennas. So we made a couple of antennas for it as well. The crystal on the top is to let light in, which then in turn interferes, or what's it interfere? That's the wrong word. kind of manipulates the germanium diode. The light affects those type of things, and the little cat whisker in it obviously vibrates. So that's what the big diamond is on the top. The Tesla pancakes, it has to be copper. I'll just show you the circuit inside. Very simple, very neat, tidy little circuit. This is the third time we've done this little circuit because we just could not get it right. Very simple. Where is it? You won't really pick it up on the camera. If that makes any sense to you, Happy Droid. Is it germanium? Oh, wrong side. The camera's backwards. Germanium diode around here somewhere. And that runs into, there's a little aerial there you can see, and that is powered by nothing. It doesn't take power. But to hear what comes through that, and obviously the light going in, you have to plug it into a sound program into your laptop. And you can see the spikes on the screen, and you can amplify it and put a speaker out and obviously record your sessions. But that is the new circuit, what we haven't tested yet, because I kept blowing the germanium diodes because my soldering wasn't brilliant when I did the first one. So the first time we did it, we got all these voices coming through this, and we thought, is it just like a basic like foxhole radio? But no, different, because with the germanium diode and the light coming in and affecting it, we were getting these voices, what wasn't radio transmission, and we could not explain it. Obviously, we've got the what's the name of it? Variable capacitor underneath what you do manually, and an output somewhere. Output goes into your computer. But yeah, just seeing that. Sorry about the rant. I do find stuff like that interesting, Happy Droid. You lost your dog a month ago, Stella. Oh, sorry to hear that. You thought you saw your dog after you'd lost it. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I'd like to think that they were around with us after they'd passed away. I'd leave a camera on. I caught my dog passed away, and I set my trail cam up, and there's a video on the YouTube page somewhere, and to me it's white, and it goes past the camera. It triggers the camera, and it looks like the dog's tail. It was a Rottweiler, but we didn't have his tail cut, and it just really quick across the thing, the camera, which triggers it to record. But if you look down the channel, it's called Ghost Dog or something. I labeled it. Oh, I built a mini Tesla radio. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up with all these comments. Sky Talker, how are you doing? Phone cameras and software. So incredible now. My phone will give you the breathing rate and pulse rate just from the camera. I've told you think, all right. And our technology is getting better. If you ground one, yeah, I had problems with the grounding. It worked better when I grounded it by obviously holding one of the antennas. There's a grounding problem. It gets super sensitive. It's usually basically wide open AM radio without the RF circuit, like a foxhole radio. Yeah. But some of the stuff we were getting on it, we just couldn't explain. It just wasn't normal radio chat, if you know what I mean. And not only that, it was kind of picking up electrical devices. If I plugged just an external speaker into the 3.5mm output and walked around the house with it, every time I was 2 or 3 feet away from anything electrical, it start humming. And these are said to pick up storms up to 10 miles away as well, aren't they? It's meant to make these weird noises, which is why people were using them when there was a storm, so they could listen to the storm, basically. What's the one device I trust? What I would take out on an investigation? Video camera. We would always say video camera, because that can't lie, can it? You can capture it on film. So if you need to look back on it, and even sound, if you've got a good microphone. Your dog looked just as real in spirit as she did in life. Well, that's good. At least that's giving you some sort of peace to know that your dog is there with you in spirit. SR Spookfest. Yeah, your body, your own feelings are the best. But like I said, you need to document it as well for proof. Because if I was to tell you guys I'd seen a ghost, you wouldn't believe me unless I showed you evidence. So that's why we do it the way we do it. If I do Spirit Box, you do AM station. Yeah, we try all of them. To be honest, we'll have a go on all of them. But AM stations are generally quieter. Do I have video using that? I need to do one, don't I? Why isn't the long wave? I'm trying to think what it's got on that radio. It's got medium wave, hasn't it? AM, FM, both higher and lower FM. Long wave more like ham radios. You like the scanner Apidroid made where it uses a lower FM frequency outside of the commercial. The live experiments were good. Yeah, that was good. Because you're not getting all those adverts constantly playing, and generally nothing on the lower wave band. So, which if you do get something, it's more credible. It is all good to try SR Spookfest. You never know what will work, as you say. If you experience something while awake, can you doubt it? I doubt everything, to be honest. I question everything, but that is one of our sayings: question everything. But something like seeing your dog in spirit, obviously, is going to bring those kind of feelings to you, isn't it? If I get myself spectrograph software, you might get images. It's not far off the same as I was doing, but I had a ferrite coil antenna. Right, okay. I'll write a note of that software down. We have done some experiments using the old white noise, on the old analog type of TV screens where you get the static on the screen, but the new digital signal doesn't produce that. So you kind of have to carry a big bulky TV around. So something like this may be obviously better. Spectrograph software. Yeah, cool. Thanks for that. Well, I'll have a look. Ferrite coils. We haven't tried ferrite coils. Well, I might have to have a look at that as well. I just saw something. Somebody said, "Oh, it's Matt saying, I remember in 2006 the baby monitors would give feedback if you turn the lights on. Maybe look how they solve that to help your investigations." Yeah, we have kind of used baby monitors in the past. We've used the video baby monitors as well. The thing is with baby monitors, there's a lot of things what could probably interfere with the monitors. But I get what you're saying. BBC Radio still use long wave. All right. The aura camera. Oh, by the aura camera, do you mean the biofield? They're very expensive. We did look into buying one, but we just didn't have that sort of money. Would like a CB radio too. Yeah. Um, I've been looking at getting one of the handhelds. It's more of a ham radio. Um, but you've got to be careful what you buy because you got to watch what wattage you've got because you don't want to bleed out all the emergency channels in your area. You can be done for that. Do I sell these? What? What do I sell? Do I sell? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people don't use them now, but everybody's got the internet. But the thing is, if there was an end of the world situation, somebody dropped a big EM pulse and it blew all electrical equipment out, and you had to start fresh again. If you had a CB radio, you could just, I don't know, if all the satellites were taken out, get a CB radio. There are places you can go to get a biofield photograph. I don't know where, but I know there is. I've got a cheap Neville. Let's see if I can reach it. You've just reminded me. I can get a cheap TV handheld analog. I do have a Casio. I bought this. It's covered in dust. It's still actually charged. Just dust it off. There's a handheld TV. It obviously I can't get a picture or anything. It still actually works. Look, it's still got the white noise coming through. Can you believe that? Old analog signal TV. They would be cool in the day. If these still work, I would take it to work. Watch TV at work. So yeah, I do have one. Yeah, that takes. I don't know what batteries that takes. If I can get into it. It takes. That one's got 4 double A's in. It's cool little vintage stuff to have hold of. This sort of thing. Amazon have the Baofeng radios. Yeah. I think the Baofeng I was looking at because I was talking to Tony about them. The wattage, I think the 10 watts, and we can only use up to 5 watts in the UK. Have to be careful. It's a good price as well. Yeah, CB bands on them. I know that you can listen to the police broadcasts, and I think certain airport frequencies as well, if I remember rightly. Tony's got one. He had baby wanting 2000 picked a female voice. Right. It could have been interference still. I don't know. It could have been something else. It'd be good if you had that recording, obviously, and we could have a listen, but I love mine, but my God, they drain batteries. I can imagine they do go through a lot of batteries, Neville, yeah. What was that? All living things emit their own energy. Religious folks emit ignorance and stupidity. How very dare you? Thank you very much. I recently had a channel kind of slagging me off saying, how can you be religious and be a paranormal investigator? Well, somebody's got to do it. I don't know what you mean. There's a lot of ignorant people and hypocrites in religious circles. I've met a lot myself. You remember falling asleep watching something killing 9 Duracells? He was peeved off, yeah, because Duracells, I mean, even then were expensive. Police scanners. I think the scanners what Happy Droid was talking about, the bow things, they do pick up various like emergency channels. Um, your mum wouldn't let you have one. Oh, it's police digital now. See, we're right on the River Humber, down in East Yorkshire, and we can hear a lot of the shit conversations as well. We've had military on there as well, and I know they're meant to scramble the channels and put blockers and things, but every now and again you still get them. The idea with the white noise on TVs was to create loop feedback. Yeah, yeah, with a camcorder pointing at the screen, playing onto the screen. The problem is, here it said refreshes rates on new recorders don't match the screen, the hertz. Yeah, yeah. It'd mean using an old video recorder, and I'm not sure if I've still got an old video recorder. I think I've got one of the mini disc. You know what takes a little like VHS but tiny ones. I don't know where I've put that camera. I'm sure I've still got it somewhere. I think it was a Panasonic. Sorry, I missed what Sarah had said. You had a friend that was naughty back in the day and used to listen to police scanners. Yeah, yeah. We used to have one back in the day, and we used to listen to when mobile phones kind of first came out, and they were like the size of a brick. You'd hold them like that. They were massive with a big rubber duck aerial on the top, like that, and you carry them around in a briefcase. The scanners we had could listen to the phone calls people made with them. I'm missing all these things. Badger's off. Good night, Badger. We'll catch you in the Discord. If spirits drain batteries, what are they taking exactly? Well, you got to think what's happening in a battery when you've got it in a piece of equipment. We have had this discussion before, and we've tested various batteries in various different cameras. Don't use cheap batteries. Don't go to the pound shop and get those sort of batteries because they'll last you 30 seconds. It's worth spending money on the more expensive ones like the Duracell. But that said, Aldi do a very good version, what is close to the Duracell, and we used quite a lot of these. You get them ones from Aldi. I think they're about £3 a pack. How many do you get in that? 10. And they're not bad. They're pretty good. Not as good as a Duracell, but nearly. So, yeah, if you can get Duracell all the time, you got to think like what's going on in the battery while you're using it in like a video camera or something else. There's like a chemical reaction going on inside that battery. We tried to figure out if it was. Let me remember rightly. If it was creating the positive ions, what attracted or what helped spirit manifest, if you like. We couldn't prove it. But we did do the research, and it was a while ago. But it was only various cameras what did it as well. So then we started thinking, is there a problem with the camera? Is it just draining batteries? But yeah, when there's a chemical reaction going on in a battery, whatever that reaction is doing, that is a theory that the spirit need that type of energy, if that makes sense. I'm kind of confusing myself for that explanation. You get apps that play the police radio. Can you? Oh, it's jack off. Past your bedtime, you two. I know I've been going on a bit, haven't we? Been talking. You still get shipping like and some commercial aircraft, but all emergency services are digital. Right, okay. We've got a locked system. So if a couple lose a radio, it can be locked out. It makes sense, to be fair. Religion's be all and end all. A lot of flat earthers use religion to say it must be flat. I don't believe the earth is flat. I'm not a flat earther. And, I'm not like all other religious people either. Just because I follow a Christian background and go to church doesn't mean I'm one of these religious nuts. Each to their own. I think they absorb the energy from the device circuit, not the battery. Yeah, yeah. So it puts a load on the circuit. So they're probably getting that energy drain from the circuit rather than the battery itself. But obviously it's draining the battery by doing that. Blah, blah, blah. How am I getting on with my Dysonian glasses? I've still not bought any. I have got a piece of Dysonian glass. But it's a square bit. I have to hold it up. Every now and again, I'll pick it up and I'll look round and I'll use various light frequencies off the torch is what we've got. I don't even know where I've put that. I've normally got the equipment hanging about because I know people normally ask about it. Obviously, it's best to see in some kind of. We've tried UV. Blue light seems to work better when we're using that type of lens. But there's still a lot of experiment to be done with that Dysonian type of glass. Why do spirits look real like as if they're energy? Maybe it's this is just a theory. I'm not saying this is the reason. Maybe it's just we all see things differently and we all pick up energy differently. So our brain is going to give us that image. That's why maybe some people can't see it. Even if you have a camera turned off and the battery in, it's still drawing from it. I don't think I've had battery drains while the equipment's being off, thinking about it. Is it any flat earthers in here, by the way? I can see there's a conversation going on about flat earthers. Not all spirit looks like people. Some come shadows or light. I've seen spook lights. I've seen lights. Yeah, I've seen different anomalies. I won't say orbs because we can explain orbs all day long. But I've seen various different anomalies. I've been in a dark room and I've actually seen something darker than the dark what's there. It's darker than everything else, and you can see it moving. That probably an energy. When people see dark energy, they think it's an evil spirit. That's not necessarily true. This guy's saying, "Oh my God, not flat earthers." No, I don't think the Earth is flat. By the way, Matt, I never take offence at anybody talking about religion. I know everybody's got their own opinion on religion. Everybody's got their own take on it. Religion for me is my own personal the way I think of religion. Just because I follow Christianity doesn't mean I do it by the book. I'm very different to you, what you would know as a Christian. Um, Being involved with a church where we've gone to homes what are haunted, investigations, um, and they know I do that. The Church of England know I'm an investigator. But like I said, somebody's got to do it. I just like that way of life with religion. I know I don't like to talk about it, but the teachings in the New Testaments and things, the Gospels. I like the Gospels. I look into the historical side of things, and I think the teachings of what Jesus was putting out there was good. I think everybody should love each other. That's the way the world should be, but it's not, basically. Uh, but no, I don't take offence at anybody. Everybody's got their own take on it. So you've never seen anyone claiming the Earth is flat. I think it's been proven it's like a globe shape. It's globular, isn't it? It's they've sent weather balloons up with cameras, and you get the curvature of the Earth. It is not flat. Come on, guys. Well, balls of light and the woods just floating through the trees more once and all. Right, yeah. I've seen lights in the forest. I went to Sherwood Forest. I stayed there for a week, and I could see lights in the evening, and I would follow these lights with a camera, and they were like different colors. There was sparkly lights, then there was green like balls just floating around, and they'll just vanish. And this was in an empty forest. I'm surprised they found my way back to where I was staying, to be honest. You saw something strange yesterday, put it down to not sleeping well and meds, but 20 minutes later, my daughter saw something too. Right. Sounds interesting. You know, sleep deprivation can do a lot to the brain. Just be aware of that and try and get some sleep. And easier said than done, though, isn't it? When you've got a lot in your life going on. Stella, yeah, you need Stella. Set a camera up if you think there's something in your back bedroom. Yeah, you've seen them disappear. The lights. Yeah, yeah. What was I going to talk about? I think we spoke about everything. Look at the time. So if you're not, I would if you're not members of the channel and you want to join, I'm in the process of uploading loads of bonus footage from our body cams and doing my body cam at the minute from different locations. We haven't checked this footage. It's from places like RF Driffield at the minute. Then I've got lots more from like the ancient ramming and things. We haven't even looked at this footage. I'm just uploading it. I'm not editing. It's just all there. You'll hear us swearing and laughing at each other and all sorts. But there may be something there, and we like how if you're a member, just to watch it, and if you see anything, make a note in the comments and try and timestamp it as well, so I can go back to that particular frame and have a look at it. So consider joining the channel, guys, if you haven't already. You don't have to; it's just an option there. And there's also the Animal Project. What you get to see. Number 7 is being edited at the minute, along with something else. It all takes time. There's only me doing the editing at the minute, so it's a lot slower than usual. Um, yeah, if you go to the Discord, which is pinned at the top, there's always weird conversations going on. And if you've got your own channel, you can share your own channel on a specific section in there as well. Yeah, Stella, just set it up and let it roll. Just reading these comments. Callum's off. Love watching the footage. Yeah, the bonus footage, as we're calling it, because that's basically what it is. It's stuff we haven't even gone through. If you think when we're on a location, we're going around with our hand cameras, and we both wear body cams, which is either on the left shoulder with me. I don't even check it. I just take it off, download it onto my computer, onto an external drive, and it gets forgotten about. And that's why we need to start re-uploading it. So it needs to be checked because there could be stuff in there. We've captured some cool EVPs. So that's available for the channel members if you guys want to join. It's been cool chatting to all of you. I don't even know what we've spoken about. I don't think we've followed any kind of pattern. But if you want to see anything specifically, let me know. There's a remake video coming shortly, hopefully by the end of this week, of the house in between involving the baseball. You see what I mean? So that'll be cool to watch. Thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you to all the mods. We've got Sarah, Mike, Badger's gone. Babsy, I don't think she's here anymore. She's probably gone over to TikTok. Tony may be on TikTok, guys, by the way. If you go over to our TikTok channel, doing free tarot readings. If he isn't doing that, he'll be chatting like I am about something. Kate as well. Yeah, thank you, Kate and Sarah and Mike, and Babs, Angie, Matt. I'm trying to go through the list here. SR Spookfest. Lisa, Jaya, High Spirits, Happy Droid as well. Don't forget to go over to Happy Droid's channel. Jaya, Stella. I always miss somebody. I do apologize. Have a good evening, you as well, Raven. Yeah, Tracy, thank you so much again. We do appreciate it. What I won't ask you where you live, Tracy, but is it Scotland? I always get it wrong where people are from. They do tell me and I forget. Yeah, you have the rest of your week as well, Tracy. Hopefully we'll see you all on Sunday. Mark, check the mod section on Discord after the live. Cool, Mike, I will do. Derbyshire. I'm sure we was talking about trying to get an investigation near you somewhere, Tracy. We've obviously been up to Derby before when we met Richard Felix. Night, everyone. We're off now. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks. I'm going to the mods, Sarah. People just keep talking to me as I'm leaving the chat. I'll catch you all again real soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.